Hello everybody, my name is Christian Chalo. Welcome to this market report. Today we're Thursday, April 24th, 2014. Today folks, I want to make a follow-up on the last week market report when I told you it's a go on the energy sector. Well, so far the sector has performed slightly well, but right now we're having a pause just like the markets. If we take a look at the S&P 500, right now we're stuck within the sideways formation. So we're in search of a new direction. If ever the S&P 500 is able to go above 190, then that will be a clear confirmation of a bullish cycle. But take into account that this is definitely an important resistance that we have to cross though on the S&P 500. Now what's going on with the energy sector? When I make the last market chronicle though, I've shown you that the energy sector, we're around here. The energy sector had some potential at least to reach the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement. We went slightly above the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement, and now you see we're having a pause in the energy sector. So as long as we're able to actually stay above the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement, so above 312, I still think it's a hold on most of your positions in the energy sector. But throughout this increase though, if ever those of you who actually took some profit on some of the those of you who actually bought some positions since the last market report, well, there's some of those positions where you can actually take some profit. So it's better to actually take some profit in some of the positions where you can, instead of waiting for the energy sector to actually break that 312 support. So let's take a look at some of the positions that we talked about. In the pipeline sector, we had Williams Company. Williams Company is still a position that you should continue to hold on to because the stock is still above its support since the breakout of April 16. Energy Transfer Partners, same scenario as well. 53.88, this is where your stop loss should be, or you also have another stop loss at 53.13. So if ever you have the energy sector that is actually breaking that 312, and also we have the same movement here in the pipeline sector, which is breaking 911, then definitely Energy Transfer Partners, instead of waiting until 53.88, if you got it on April 16, I would say, look, you could get out at 55.18 instead of 53.83. So that's what I mean by strategies in terms of reducing your positions if ever we have a small bearish cycle on the energy sector. Now, if you take a look at the other stocks, though, we have Enbridge Energy that we talked about on April 16. So far, it's still a hold. The upward trend is still maintained. Plains All American as well. It's still a hold since the breakout on that stock. 54.75. This is where the stop loss should be on a stock like that. In the oil service vector, we had Waterford International. It performed pretty well, but not enough to be able to take some profit. But there are some stocks where you can take some profits, though. For instance, Trickle Well Services. It's definitely a stock where you can take some profit. Trinidad Drilling, it broke out on April 16, but it's not a profit-taking opportunity. Your stop loss is at 11.43. And Western Energy Services is another example of a stock where you can actually take some profit. That stock was recommended among our analyst choice on marketgurus.tv that you can have access for free for 10 days just by clicking at the link below. And Western Energy Services is an example of a stock where you can take some profit and where you should take some profit since the April 16 breakout. Same thing also as well for Trickle Well Services. So all those other stocks here, like Williams Transfer Partners, Access Midstream Partners, Enbridge Energy, those stocks are just stocks that you should continue to hold on to because markets are still neutral. But if ever the energy sector goes below 312, then instead of holding on to most of those positions, I think you definitely have to think about reducing slightly your long exposure on some of those stocks. So this was Christian Charlo for marketgurus.tv. See you next week for your market report.